a woman who prosecutors say was sex trafficked by her ex-boyfriend music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, delivered powerful and emotional testimony in court detailing disturbing incidents that occurred during their relationship. Identified only by the pseudonym Jane to protect her identity, she described being coerced into participating in what Combs allegedly called hotel nights events she now understands were orchestrated as part of a larger pattern of sexual exploitation and control. According to Jane, these hotel nights bore striking similarities to what others close to the case have labeled freak-offs, a term associated with the darkest allegations against Combs. These events reportedly involved multiple sex workers' coercion and emotionally manipulative dynamics that left the women involved deeply traumatized. Jane testified that her participation was not voluntary, but rather the result of a relationship built on fear, emotional dependency, and power imbalance. She said she often felt like she had no choice but to comply. Recalling one of the most traumatic nights of her life, her birthday in 2023, Jane said the evening began deceptively normal. Combs took her out for dinner and appeared loving and thoughtful. His demeanor made her feel cared for, she said, offering a rare moment of comfort in what had otherwise become a deeply turbulent relationship. But things quickly changed when he told her there would be a hotel night following dinner. She remembered the feeling of dread washing over her the moment he said those words. I gulped like something stuck in my throat, she testified. I just accepted it. What happened next, she said, turned her birthday into a nightmare. After arriving at the hotel, Jane was surprised by the presence of 3 sex workers, none of whom she had been warned about. They were sent into the room one after another in what she described as an overwhelming and dehumanizing experience. She testified that it was not just the act itself, but the surprise element, the lack of consent or discussion, that made it especially traumatic. It was even more invasive because it was my birthday, Jane said on the stand, her voice trembling as she broke down in tears. The emotional weight of the moment was visible and her pain palpable. In a particularly disturbing part of her testimony, Jane recounted asking Combs for a condom during the encounter. She said she was concerned for her safety and health, a simple request that she hoped would at least give her some sense of control over what was happening to her. But Combs, she alleged, responded with hostility. He gave her a series of dirty looks, and according to her, angrily snapped, "You better not ask for a f***ing condom." The threat, she said, wasn't just in his words, but in his demeanor, a warning that any act of resistance would not be tolerated. Although a condom was eventually used, she testified that the experience left her feeling violated and powerless, reinforcing the pattern of psychological and sexual abuse she says characterized much of their relationship. Jane also spoke to the emotional aftermath of these nights. Despite the trauma, she testified that she would often feel compelled to emotionally support Combs after the encounters, trying to take care of him because she felt it was expected of her. This emotional labor, on top of the physical and psychological strain, painted a picture of a woman caught in an abusive dynamic where her needs and boundaries were consistently ignored or overruled. Her testimony forms a crucial part of the federal case against Combs, who is facing serious charges including sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Prosecutors allege that Combs created a system of control and coercion involving multiple women, leveraging his fame, money, and influence to insulate himself from accountability for years. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. As the trial unfolds, Jane's voice adds a powerful layer of human suffering to the legal proceedings. Her testimony is not just a recounting of traumatic events, it is also a reflection of the broader issues of consent, power, and abuse that permeate many high-profile abuse cases. In speaking out, she is contributing to a reckoning that has long been overdue in the world of celebrity and entertainment, where the powerful have too often operated without consequence. The courtroom fell silent as Jane finished her testimony, her strength and vulnerability leaving a lasting impact. Her story, harrowing as it is, underscores the real human cost behind the headlines, a reminder that beyond the legal terminology and celebrity status lies a painful truth that demands justice and recognition.